What is up, you sexy beasts? I woke up this morning and the old calf muscle is no good. It's very, very tender. Been wobbling around all day. So, who knows how long it's going to take. But hey, quick little video here on a Thursday. One of the biggest questions that was asked going into this year's CrossFit Games is, will Tia-Clair Toomey retire after winning his 6th title? And I haven't watched any of the live coverage. Obviously, I was there. And at the event, when they asked her that question after the last workout, will you retire? She was like, that's the question. That's the question. And it felt like with her post-games interview, it was almost like, it was a bit awkward, to be honest. It was almost like they were trying to set her up to give her retirement speech, but she didn't really do that. And so it was a little bit of an awkward moment. And then I think it was yesterday or the day before, Tia and Shane released a video on their channel. And I think the title was something like, the title for the video is, what are we doing for 2023? Question mark. And I thought, here we go. This must be the announcement. Either the announcement that I'm done or the announcement that we're coming back. But they kind of left the video open again at the end going, you know, to be continued. They kind of gave their thoughts on this year's games and the programming, and then just said that they're off on a bit of a vacation, a holiday, and that they will continue the discussion. So it was all left very open. But then today over lunch, I thought, you know what, I might watch the last event, watch the broadcast, and so I did. And in the broadcast, Sean Woodland says this with a lot of confidence.
Move over Matt. Step aside Rich. For the 6th time, and for the final time, Tia Toomey is the fittest woman on earth. And if you're wondering why Tia Toomey took her time and soaked it in, this is it. She is planning to retire after the CrossFit Games.
Now, why would Sean Woodland say that with that much confidence and conviction? Surely he knew something going into that last workout that we didn't. I just can't imagine him making that comment, again, with that much confidence and commitment, if he didn't know something, right? I can't even begin to imagine what it takes physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, just in every aspect of life. I can't imagine what it takes to commit to being a CrossFit Games champion, to train all year and prepare yourself for this one weekend event. It must be just all consuming, not only for you, but the people around you. And so I know that it must be tough for Tia, you know, year after year turning up and having to put in the amount of work it takes to be a CrossFit Games champion. I can imagine it becomes exhausting, and that you must be longing for the day that you can perhaps stop, you know, beating your body down every single day. But at the same time, it's a pretty short career and compared to the rest of your life. And so you only get to do it for, you know, a short amount of time. And so I guess that can also motivate you to keep pushing until it's obviously done, to the point where you're like, okay, I can't compete anymore. And for Tia, I mean, she went into the last workout already, you know, having wrapped up the CrossFit Games once again. She could have just sat on the rower and let the time run out, and she still would have been the CrossFit Games champion. And, you know, obviously with that skill event, she tripped up on the single unders, which put her back a whole bunch to start the games with. So if you imagine, let's say she did better in that skill event, finished top 10, top 5, it would have been a victory by a bigger margin still. So I feel like she could still turn up next year and win it again. And so in my mind, I wonder whether she made the decision that she would retire this year. But then standing on the podium once again, you know, just the rush of adrenaline and gratitude and achievement, everything that you must experience being the fittest person on earth for a 6th time. I wonder what that moment does to the decisions that you made prior to coming into the competition. And again, going, you know what? I could have not done the last workout and still won. Still having that massive margin. I just wonder how much that plays into your mind to go, maybe we'll just come back once again. And so, who knows? No one really knows the answer, or maybe some people do, but I don't know the answer. But it was very interesting to me that Sean Woodland would say that with so much confidence and conviction. He must have known something. He must have been told something to do that. And so my thoughts, my beliefs is that she probably made the decision to retire prior to the games. And maybe she's just waiting to announce that in her special way. Or she decided to retire before the games. but the fact that she won by such a decent margin once again, and again experiencing, the on the podium moment, maybe she changed her mind, and that is okay too. I do know that she's moving back to Australia, just based on the conversations I've had and the people I hang out with. I'm fairly confident that she's moving back to Australia this year. So if she does return back to Australia, this will be the first time in a long time that she'll be attempting to make the games from Australia rather than being based in the States. And I wonder how that would look. She's got a great setup here. If you've seen the sneak peeks of her gym, it looks insane here on the sunny coast. And who knows? That's my question for you today. Do you think that she had communicated to some people that she's retiring prior to the games? Is that why Sean was so confident in saying that? Or do you think maybe he just got caught up in the moment and just assumed that that was the last one? The fact that CrossFit was obviously trying to set her up for that retirement speech at the end, or that's very much what it felt like to me. There must have been some talk about it. But Tia's not giving us anything yet, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think she should go again? Do you think she should call it quits while she's on top? Surely it must feel better to go out on top and on your terms. But then there's also the possibility of the what if, the possibility of regret, of going, could I have gone one more? Could I have made another $350,000 and had another championship? Just making it that much harder for anyone else to match. But how do you feel about going out in second or third place? How would Tia feel about retiring, not being on top of the podium? And that's a possibility if she goes again, obviously. Fascinating stuff. Just tell us already, Tia, Okay, team, have a fantastic day. Stay sexy, keep roaring love, and I'll see you real soon. Mwah.